Yo, it's Jesse. Well, I ain't posted like I wanted to. I think my dad needs to fix that. I don't benefit nothing with the mud ass chicken houses, but I just got back from my honeymoon. Had my truck detailed from my brother-in-law. He does absolute great work. Haven't cranked this up in a while. I've got the skid steer over there because the chicken house water pressure is like a 2-inch water main. It may be bigger. I probably need to get over here and get my panels because my dad's pushed this up for church. I got my 450 down there just sitting there. I'm probably fixing to have the motor put in it. I don't have the money or the time to, because I work full-time as a diesel mechanic, but we're going to try to crank this up later. But I'm going to go up between house 1 and 2 over here and try to get the skid steer washed up pretty quickly. We got a job this Friday, so I went to I got married last week, so I've been going for a whole week on a cruise. I ain't had a vacation since I was 13. I'm almost 30 as of this year, so worked my tail off. If you know me, you know I work 7 days a week, day in, day out. But I got my skid steer ready to be washed when I got back, so we're gonna try to get that washed. But I'm just gonna kind of show a little bit of it, and then we're gonna try to crank this up and see how it does. I think I need to move it so that way my dad can mow. So I think the coolant issue, it's probably got wasp nest everywhere. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and try to get over there and get that truck or the skid steer washed. All right, so I got this thing turned around. I've been pressure washing for a while because I'm freaking soaked, and then I've only got enough hose to run on this backside. I don't want to park because we park our trucks over there, and I washed it last time like that, and it made a pond over there. So I've got it washing. I didn't take any plates out, and I've got water standing there, dripping down there. It's a muddy mess because we've had rain for the. So we're right in June, like June 1st or 2nd. I can't remember. But it's hot, and it's been raining all last week while I was gone to the Bahamas for the honeymoon. So it's just been a struggle trying to get over here and get it cleaned up. So I got this cleaned up. It was horrible. It had a bunch of like pine needles and a bunch of gunk in it. So I'll probably have to go over it a time or two, but I feel a lot better that it's been washed until it's cleaned, and then I got to go back through and like pick all these little things out through it. So I try to pressure wash it best I can, because when you pressure wash it, it blows it out. But it's hard to keep it clean down in there. But you know, you do what you got to do. But I just try to take all these little and clean them out. But I'm gonna have to crank it up and go find a shovel to clean out the sides right here. I'm just trying to get everything to where I can just get it washed, and then throughout the week while I'm get off work, I work 10 hours and come home or come to my dad's chicken houses and get these cleaned out and lift the cab up, because I know under the cab has not been touched in a long time. So people's probably going to frown upon that, but when you're trying to keep things going, it's kind of hard to. So but I'm trying to get what I can done before I go back to work tomorrow. So trying to get as close as I can, wash everything up to like do whatever I can easy today, and then tomorrow when I get off work, just come in and just start fully cleaning up. So it's been raining and nasty and muggy, so let's get back to cleaning the rest of it, and I'll maybe try to figure something out to try to clean the motor up a little bit, clean the head up, clean under the cab a little bit. So we'll just get everything ready for tomorrow when I come back, and just kind of dig through it a little bit, and then the next day come in, wash it, and do something else. But biggest thing is cleaning under the cab and dropping the plates. Dropping the plates is the biggest thing. So we'll see how things are going to go. All right, so I'm back second day after I worked 10 hours today. I thought my Harbor Freight brand had a wrench in it, and I'm at my dad's chicken houses, so everything we've got, literally that won't even turn at all, so it's rusted in two. I had these two in the truck I had to get out of the 250, which I had to grab it, and this Harbor Freight Quinn, which I mean, me being a diesel mechanic professionally, you know, I've got Snap-on Mac and Matco brand sockets. These are pretty good. I haven't used them yet, and once I got to looking, and don't even have a 15/16. That's what this takes to break loose. So hopefully I can use these two crescent wrenches and stuff to break it loose. All right, so I had to have my dad bring me my key to my 450, and this is what we opened up to. So this is probably why a lot of the reasons your AC don't work as good in a cat, and it always burns it up, which I need a new radio and a new fan motor. So I don't like the design of cats, the way they got everything run for the AC, but this one's a 2019 299 D2. So what I'm going to do is just get in here and just dig everything out by hand, and then probably bring my key tomorrow, so that way I can just get as much as I can done today. And then, like, all that stuff up there, all the wiring harnesses and stuff, get everything cleaned up, get me a new AC filter, a new engine filter. I wish mine had the cooler, so I thought about custom designing me a cooler to go on top of it, so that way it'll keep the hydraulics cool. But this right here will really help, because everything's stuck in muck and dirt and stuff. So we're just going to clean it the best way we can and just spend a couple days washing it. So that's probably what we're going to do the next couple days. So I got to drop the belly pans, but it's giving it time to dry because of how much rain we got. So, and then between chicken houses, that's where all the water holds. So but I think the last time I cleaned it was when that hydraulic coupler that feeds the pump leaked, and I cleaned it out really good. So now it's time to be pressure washed again, so that way we won't have any fire hazards. But it'll look good by the time I'm done. Chicken house water pressure with a, pretty sure it's a 2-inch main. That'll really throw some pressure to it and wash out some of the corners. So let's see what we can get done. All right, so after just kind of like scratching a little bit, and some of it dries and then it like breaks apart a little easier. I mean, you can kind of see the floor a little bit, and trying to get into the little nooks and crannies. Excuse me. I've got like, in kind of just picking with my fingers a little bit, like up under lines and stuff that are hard lines. Some of it's just enough to get your finger underneath it, and I'm talking, it hurts trying to get up under there and trying to poke at it to where it'll break loose. And then I'll just get the water pressure behind it and kind of clean it up. So best thing to do is just pick at it, and then tomorrow pick at it a little bit more and probably try to wash it. Probably, I'm hoping tomorrow, because as much as I've dug in all the nooks and crannies, I tried to just push to get all the corners and stuff like that, which they got this little tube that runs on both sides where the axles come through, and it's hard for you to like reach in there because all the lines and stuff. So, which I threw it all right there, so I'm probably gonna hear my dad crying about it. So I'll have to get the tractor out and clean it up a little bit. So this is what you look forward to when you clean all this up. So, but I don't see how people can keep it clean, so it's just hard to. But anyway, just a little bit of what you get when you get into this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna try to clean up all this stuff and kind of wash it up best I can and let it air dry, because you don't want to wash it and then close it with all the water down in there. So we'll just come back tomorrow, so hopefully some of it will be dry where I can just kind of poke it with a screwdriver or a pry bar or something, kind of clean it up. But I'm only gonna do a little bit more until it comes the best I can come out with all the chunks and stuff like that. So whatever I can get with handfuls and just what I could scrape up is what it's going to get. And then I'm gonna drop the pans tomorrow. I think there's one big pan right there, so I'll have to just kind of wash it and keep it washed up here and there, just to keep on top of it. So what happens is when it's super dry, all the dust settles, and then it rains, and then it pushes it down, and then it get dusty again, and then it gets wet again. So it's just back and forth. So, but anyway, we'll be back tomorrow to clean up the rest. This is how good the water hose is. It's standing straight up. When I turned it on, it was all like this right here. But this is how good the pressure is. I mean, I don't even need a pressure washer. If you have chicken houses, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This right here will knock your teeth out. But, oh, watch it. I've only got enough hose to get right here, so I'm trying to not break it. I'm just trying to get all these nooks and crannies, but we already got a pond down there, so I have to figure out something to get all that stuff out. Does a good job trying to get all that wiring harness and stuff. That way it'll have at least a day to dry before putting it on a job. That's why my last one caught fire, because I washed it, and I guess I washed some of the material in a spot where it got hot, and then hydraulic hose rubbed. After it rubbed, it ruptured, and then it caught fire because I guess it was powdery. Anyway, let's see what we can't do. So you can kind of see it's looking pretty good, getting all the little nooks and crannies really good, all the little fire hazard spots, and it decided to start raining. So I'm glad I got to it now, because it looks like it's going to occasional showers, but we're going to keep on getting this. Just trying to get all the back corners. But anyway, we're going to try to get all this cleaned up, and then we'll try to drop the belly pan. I'm trying to see if I couldn't clean out some of the corners out, but that might help a little bit. I don't know. That might make it worse. So we're going to clean this up a little bit. We'll go find a cat key. All right, so I had to go back, and as soon as I stopped washing this thing, the rain stopped. And I was like, well, I can't do nothing else until I go get the key into my truck and my skid steer. So right now, since it's dry right here, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the belly pan, and I'm gonna have to reposition because it's so much muddy right there. So my plan is to get in and wash all this stuff and wash all the stuff out. I thought that was a wasp. I'm allergic to them. But yeah, I'm gonna wash everything I can, and then that way I'll have it ready, and then we'll have to put a set of knives on it. So always something. So let's go ahead and drop the belly pans, the front and the back one, and we'll go from there. All right, so I didn't think putting my GoPro way over there would get it all watery and nice and muddy over there, but it's made a mess. So I'll have to grab my bucket, get this fixed, scrape it up. But I got the best I could. Let's see, I got my little there's still a little bit of mud at the bottom of it, but I mean, you can kind of see little nooks and crannies. Everything looks pretty good. We got some mud. It's wonderful. I mean, there's some in little nooks and crannies, but I mean, everything looks pretty good. You kind of wash some of the tracks off, but it don't matter what you do. Even if you hit a little mud puddle, it's going to be all over the place. But so I'm gonna put a new set of knives on tomorrow, get it put on a trailer, or get it put on the 450. I may have to check the cylinders, because I guess all that stuff fell behind the cylinders, so probably need to lift the arms up and clean it up. So we're gonna close it real quick, pull it out of the way, and maybe set it up on a hill Best way, that way it'll drain to one side or something, but we'll figure it out shortly. So at least I got a fire hazard taken care of. So, but once we get this moved, we'll have more mud packed everywhere. But all I gotta do is show up tomorrow, and it's supposed to be like 90 degrees or like mid 80s, so that should be able to let it dry out a lot better. So I'm gonna open the cab up and everything, so that way I can you know, get a good airflow through there to dry it out faster. So all right, so we're back today. So today's Thursday, so I got a job tomorrow, and it's like an hour and probably 15-minute ride, especially with this little 450 hunk of junk. But looks like it's drained pretty good bit. Bunch of spider webs. Check the cylinders. So I gotta get it fueled up. We got the fuel in the 450, so everything's topped off. I got to grease, pretty much put new knives, grease, put the plates back on. Yeah, so we just got to get loaded up. I really don't want to drive it just because it's sounds rough and drives rough, but where we're going is a very steep hills really where we're going. So the 250 does not like to pull steep hills like this one does. My 450 pulls like a dream if it was running right, but either way it pulls good. So I seriously thought about just sharpening these knives and just going with that, because where we're going is in Georgia and it's gonna be rocky, and I seen rocks in the pictures where he sent me. So that's probably what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna get the grinder out, because that's gonna save me several hours. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the panels back on, you know, do the stuff I need to do, get everything washed up, cleaned up where I can see and stuff. So should be good. All right, so as usual, that's always a freaking nightmare. So I went to looking for grease. I used probably I had like that much on the little piece there, so it you know, it got my mulcher and a few other things. Found some kind of like pure green, or I don't know what it is. I had this stuff right here, Schaefer Ultra Supreme, and then this, I don't know what that is. It's some kind of green stuff. I think you can get it from Tractor Supply. But I run out of grease, and my house caught fire. Well, my parents' home place caught fire like 3 weeks ago, or it's right at a month now. So I had all my grease in that house. I had kind of like used it for storage. Don't have any more grease, so luckily I got the mulcher greased, and I'll have to order some quickly. So I still got to put the cab bolts on, the panels, and then get everything cleaned up, all the garbage, and put it in a thing to be cleaned up. I don't like to have a dirty truck. So I'm gonna check the oil, check the fluids. Got some bees nest in places. Ugh. Brand new pad, just about gone. So I'll probably get one more grinding out of it. It hurts a little bit, but I can get another grinding out of it. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to load. I'm gonna get everything cleaned up first, and then I'm gonna pull the machine up this way, and then turn the mulcher to where I can get to the belly and raise the belly up, or raise the arms up to get to the belly. May have to hang off a little bit, but we'll get it going. We'll get all this cleaned up, and then I gotta clean the cab out. It's nasty. We gotta put this on. I've been lucky enough to not have to deal with forgetting this. But one thing is the wasp make a nest in these corners right here, and it scares you when they come flying out. So, but anyway, we'll go ahead and get these locks put on, get everything looked at, cleaned up, and check the truck. So, and then I'll have to go grab something for me and my wife. So it'll be dark, and I've done put in 11-hour shift today, so tired and wore out. So we'll get this going. It's probably rough on a trailer doing this right here, but I tried to put it over the axle a little bit That way it'll hold it. I was kind of scared because some people, I've seen them do it, but their trailers are a lot wider than mine. But I'm hoping I can set up right here. If not, I may bring my 250 over here. And then get in here like this and try to do that. I really need to get something in there so that way something don't jab and bust something. But I'm already out of breath, so I might be able to wrench it, so we'll see. Alright, so I'm completely wore out, got my trash cleaned up, changed out 3 of the centers, and then change 2 on the other side. So I was wanting to try to do 6, 3 on the 3 and then 3 on the other side, or well, these 4, them 2 right there on the outside of those insides. But I'm tired and wore out, so that'll eventually fall down. Everything's greased, chained, so we'll be back in the morning to start the job. Hopefully the 450 makes it, not just because it's a Ford, it's because it's wore out and it needs a motor. So, and I don't have the time or the money to let it sit in the shop to get fixed, so we're just going to use it till it falls apart. But anyway, so we're just going to cut this video here. I don't know how much I got it, maybe just a get ready with the machine, clean it up and all that, and I also found a bag of chips, so I can use those. Are still in to date, 7/31/25, so I can snack on them on the way home. Didn't know I had them in there. But anyway, we'll be back in the morning, and then we'll do a mulching job, and then probably next weekend we'll probably do another one. So we'll see what we got. See you on the next one.